Hey everybody, what's up? This is Brian with Games Under Pressure, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a new game, just came out today, called Apotheon. And if you are a PlayStation Plus member, you can get this game right now for free in the month of February on the PlayStation 4, so why not, right? And if you are on the PC, you can also pick this up on Steam. I believe they have a deal going on right now, so you can pick this game up at a discounted rate. By the way, just a heads up before we get into this, I had this game crash twice on the PlayStation 4, just full crashes back to the dashboard, and if it sounds like I'm a little bit negative on this game, that's probably part of the reason. It's really irritating after a while. This is the second, no, actually the third time I've tried to do this video, so hopefully this will go smoothly, hopefully it won't crash. I'm just going to try to show you a little bit of this game, walk you through some of the basics, tell you what I like, what I don't like. So we're going to get into it right now. Start a new game here and I'll let you listen to the story.
Have abandoned you. What love they once gave is now gone. The sea gives only water. The woods give only wind. The earth gives only dust. Even the midday sky gives only twilight. And with their shepherds gone, the sheep fall prey to wolves. Without the gifts of Olympus, you are lost to the darkness.
So there you go, that's the intro. The gods have abandoned you. Mortals are left to their own devices. So this game is, I would classify it as a Metroidvania, sort of a 2D side-scrolly action game. What you'll notice right off the bat is the game has a very, very interesting visual style. I have a feeling that this is going to be very polarizing. It is a very extreme look, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just they went all out with this style. They really doubled down on this style, and at first I liked it, but as you'll see later in the video, you get to some new areas, and I don't know if the visual style gives the developer enough room to make different areas look different. Everything looks sort of the same after a while, and maybe I'm being a little bit of a pussy here, but it also, I've played this for a few hours now, and it has given me a little bit of a headache. You almost get like a Virtual Boy style headache out of this because everything is very contrasty. It's a lot of reds, a lot of blacks, a lot of yellows and blacks. So, it's not for everybody. I'm still trying to determine if I like the style or not. But again, I think it's going to be pretty polarizing. I think some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it. Now, what I'm going to do is actually go over here. I'd recommend starting out at the blacksmith, and you can see these little areas over here, little arrows. Those are sort of your objectives. So what they're going to have you do is go to all of those points here. And the reason I'd recommend starting with the blacksmith is you get some nice gear here. And this is where the game sort of opens up the mechanics a little bit. You get a shield, and let's get rid of that menu. You get a shield, and with L2 you can hold that up.
I can still crack it like the old days. Why are you standing there in nothing but your skin? That thick skull of yours as good as a helmet? I think I got some old leathers in the back you can wear. Grab me that coin box, would you? I want to make sure you can cover the costs. Here, try these on. Cover up that greasy hide of yours.
The blacksmith gives you some items here. You can see I'm decked out in the basic armor. Combat, there's not a whole heck of a lot to the combat, at least from what I've seen so far. You basically run up to somebody, you jam on R2. So there's not a whole heck of a lot of finesse there. Sometimes I also had a difficulty orienting myself to somebody. But overall, I think the combat is pretty fluid. In terms of a traversal movement standpoint, the game it feels fairly good. I don't know if it's up to like the level of, say, Castlevania Symphony of the Night in terms of the fluidity of movement, but it does the job. And now this will introduce another mechanic here, and that is the ability to throw items. He seems to be wanting to like auto aim. There we go. Never had that much of a problem with that before, but okay. Yeah, this is pretty great. I'll let you listen to this. This guy's pretty funny.
I went hunting yesterday. Didn't see a single deer. Went out this morning. Didn't see any rabbits. No birds singing neither. There was always the bird songs in the mornings. Peep, cheep, cheep, tweet. Lots of rats though. People like rat meat, right? I hear them bandits upstairs. Don't you worry. I'll keep all the rat meat safe. Don't worry. I'll keep the wine safe too.
And you can kill some of the rats. I got health last time I did. Yeah, there we go. 2 coins and 20 health. I didn't know that rats carried coins, but the gods have abandoned creation, so maybe shit's just crazy. And once they just this first area sort of acts as an introduction to the game, sort of a tutorial. Going to all of these places introduces new mechanics. They help you get a pretty good feel of the game. Overall, I think it's a smart way to do it. The enemies here are not too tough. I noticed a little bit of weirdness with hit detection here and there. It seems like you can be right on top of somebody and the attacks won't collide with them. You have to sort of back up or move forward and then turn around. And this is kind of a cool mechanic here. The ability to hold the torch and illuminate some of the darkness. Some of the lighting effects are pretty cool. You can see if I dance around here, the light reacts accordingly. And especially these early stages, you don't have to worry about losing health or dying. It's pretty easy early on. So that's why I'm not, using a shield or anything here. You can pretty much do whatever you want.
I doused all the lamps and hid up here before they could find me. I'm fine, but you look dreadful. Come closer, my boy. Here, let me show you how to mix a soothing tonic for your wounds.
Now, you learn how to craft here, which is interesting. You can craft by hitting options, going to craft, and then it's just super simple. You can see your ingredients on the left-hand side there. and you can very easily craft. To access your items, you simply use the D-pad. Use left and right on the D-pad, and then up and down to select either weapons. You can see I have a bow and arrow here, javelins, things like that. You can use your healing potions. Greek fire is a little bit like a grenade. And you can also, anytime, hit triangle and tip back a health potion there. Overall, that system is a little bit cumbersome. I don't know. Especially when you're in the midst of battle. Going through and selecting some of these is not super easy. But it is what it is. I think I lost my sword somewhere too. So we'll just use some javelins here. Why not?
Don't be scared. Lay down those weapons. This one.
I'm gonna try to steal that dude's sword. See, like, this is a really good example. Sometimes you don't turn around. Right now, I'm jamming on the right. I'm jamming right on the D-pad or on the analog stick, and I'm just not turning around. So in that way, it can be a little cumbersome. There we go. Oh no, I already went to the blacksmith. So even though the movement is fluid, sometimes the combat is just not really up to par.
Help me! They're taking the grain! God, stop them! We don't even have enough to last the season!
Gotta kill some folks in here. And there are items on the ground that you can smash and hopefully get some items out of them.
Get it!
You can hang from the ceiling. Yeah, I wish, maybe there is eventually, but I wish there was a little bit more to the combat here. It's pretty basic. Now all I gotta do is go and rescue some of the prisoners, which you can see in the lower left-hand corner there.
Be scared.
Gonna run past some of these dudes. It is satisfying when you cannot travel while you're in combat. I didn't know I was in... I bet I gotta kill this guy. There we go. You need lockpicks to open these doors, but if you let these dudes do it, you can get in there pretty easily. You can pick up items off the ground, like I just picked up armor, for example. The armor, it's almost like Doom in its implementation. If you pick up armor... Come on, buddy, open up. If you pick up armor when an enemy attacks you, it will take off the armor instead of... There's some lockpicks down here, too. Instead of impacting your health.
Why are they doing this? Another one for the market. Bet you do well in the arena.
Gonna free the slaves here.
Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this?
And that'll do it for the objectives. Now you see I have a boss fight coming up.
You there, with me. Their leader is on the warpath. We need to rally to the temple.
The way that the objectives are handled is pretty good. I like the arrows on the sides of the screen. You don't really have to open up a quest screen or anything. It's fairly basic.
Protect your homes! Push them back to the sea! Rally!
That's the boss right there. And you'll see in a second he's a total pushover too. Like, ridiculously so. So, here you have to craft some Greek fire. I already have a few of those. And this works like a grenade. Better shield here, I think.
Over!
Bastards. Poke him in the butt. Poke him in the butt. And you have something like stamina, which is the green meter on the lower left-hand corner. When that's out, your swings are very slow. So you want to monitor that a little bit. It regenerates on its own. And again, the combat is just... I don't know. A little lackluster, I guess. I wish there was a little more to it.
Squeal, piggy! Squeal!
Hopefully there will be. Damn it. Sometimes you're a little bit sticky and you stick to walls.
Sealed the door behind them, but I have the spare key. Take it! Take it!
Wait, did I already get the spare key? Apparently I did.
Nothing.
I think I accidentally dropped my sword again. Whatever. Just shanking some folks here. Damn, this knife is weak. Let's try to use the axe. I like the squid shield. Nope, and then apparently I can't pick it up again. Great. They deck you out here in some cool gear. Some armor for your troubles. All right, I'll show you the boss here. It is fairly lackluster. You can sort of just spam them
Out of my way.
with javelins.
Gods have forsaken you. Resign to your fate and leave this world to stronger men.
See, that's it. That is it. That's the first boss. He drops a lot of goodies, but... And now, there's a little bit of a dialogue right here, and you can see where the game is going. I'll let you listen to this.
And so, a champion is born. A lone bright ember glowing from within a dying hearth. Arise, my chosen. Arise, Nicandrios. You stand before Hera, fairest amongst all goddesses, divine queen of Olympus. Under the shadow of the mountain, humanity gasps its last breath. The gods have abandoned you. Zeus, king of gods and men, my husband, has turned his back on your people. He has broken the sacred contract between deities and mortals. He has betrayed you. You see, we are alike, you and I. Wife and son, wounded by husband and father. Unfaithful in matrimony.
So Zeus can't keep it in his pants, apparently.
Lesser creatures. Irresponsible in patriarchy, he discards his mortal subjects, like an ungrateful child tossing away his toys. The law of Zeus is absolute, and the Olympians are compelled to obey. Without the seeds of Demeter, your crops fail. Without the grace of Artemis, your forests are barren.
So this ties it in a little bit with the opening. You have to find these items to restore that stuff.
And not so easily cowed. Step to the altar, Nicandrios.
You jump in the fire.
A choice. Ascend Mount Olympus, strip these callous gods of their power, and cast down Zeus from his lofty throne.
Very God of War in the story setup here.
And earn your people's salvation. Or remain here, without the gifts of the gods, and watch your world turn to ashes. For too long has my husband escaped the consequences of his actions. But together, we will take what is owed.
And you can see here, like I alluded to earlier in the video, we're in a totally different location right now. Completely different in style from the original, from the last level. And it doesn't look too much different. So, you know, I that's why I'm a little bit critical of the style, the graphical style here. Because it just doesn't seem like the style allows for a lot of diversity. And you can see here a little bit of an overview of the world. This is Mount Olympus, of course, with Zeus at the very top. And you can see what you need to get there. So Apollo, for example, you need the altar of the Zephyr.
By mandate of Zeus, father of gods and men, king upon the mountain, the Olympian gates are open to all deities who seek refuge here. Though your domains on earth lie in ruin, Zeus welcomes you into his home during this time of transition. Once the mortal issue has been resolved, you will all be free to return to the earth. As guests of Zeus's hospitality, strict adherence to his laws is expected. Violence and theft will be met with the wrath of Olympus.
So that's where I'm going to leave the video. Overall, I don't know. I'm not feeling this game that much. Visually, I think it's interesting, but I don't know how diverse the style can be. Everything sort of looks the same, and personally speaking, I'm sure a lot of people won't have this, but it gives me a little bit of a headache. I think it's just the really contrasty nature of the visuals. From a gameplay perspective, it's okay too. The combat leaves a little bit to be desired. The movement is interesting, and it feels a little bit more fluid, but again, you know, when it comes to combat, not being able to orient yourself properly. Overall, you know, I think it's okay. I'm gonna play a little bit more of it to get a better perspective here. You know, but I'd approach it with caution. I don't know how much more I'm gonna play of it, just because the game hasn't really grabbed me here. But again, you know, I'll give it a try. And that'll about do it. I want to know what you think of this. If you're digging this game, let me know in the comments below. I'd be really curious to see what you like about it, whether or not the visual style turns you off to the game, whether you like it, and just give me your overall impressions of the game. I'd like to see that. And as always, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. As always, I will reciprocate that, so I will subscribe to your channel as well. And thanks for watching.